I transmigrated into the beautiful ex-wife of the male lead with autism. Though I bombarded him with 800 sentences daily, he still refused to glance my way. So I gave up. When the system told me to please the male lead, I kicked his shoulder and demanded he cook me 3 dishes and a soup. He worked the wok until smoke rose in the kitchen while I munched on boba, instructing, "Next time, order my milk tea with less ice, 30% sugar, and add cheese foam." Years later, when the legendary business magnate attended a top-tier conference, his phone alarm suddenly rang. The room held its breath as the notoriously stoic man smirked. "It's time, order her milk tea first." Let me reiterate, becoming the beautiful ex-wife of an autistic male lead wasn't my choice. You should know I've been talkative since childhood. During family reunions, I could out-chatter a dozen grandmothers. My social media feeds overflowed with 10 posts daily. My voice messages always maxed the 60-second limit. Banging on that locked bedroom door, I wailed, "System, does this make any sense?" Liam and I had been married 2 years. Yet he spent most days secluded in his room, silently tinkering with wood carvings. I'd hold daily monologues outside his door like some chanting monk, complaining about shops skimping on boba pearls, oversweetened 50% sugar drinks, or how our neighbor Auntie Zhang's son's cat had 3 kittens. Never once did I hear a response. Talking to air and potted plants daily, I'd develop autism myself soon. The system suggested using seduction. Standing outside his door in skimpy clothes, I cooed, "Big bro." Whether it affected him I don't know. But I burned with fever for 2 nights, nearly dying. Liam only noticed the unusual silence. Rushing out, he found me delirious and called an ambulance. Yet even then, he refused to speak. He could talk. He could hear. Furious, I quit. Let someone else play this dating sim. I woke starving at 2 p.m. the next day to find an absurdly handsome face hovering over me. Those obsidian eyes could drown galaxies. Liam. Objectively speaking, as the male lead, his beauty defied debate. Sculpted features, 6'3" frame, broad shoulders tapering to that toned waist. Our size difference when standing together? Criminal. No wonder countless society girls still scheme to replace me as Mrs. Pearson, despite his autism and illegitimate status. I get it, but can't have it. Devastating. Rolling over in frustration, I suddenly realized I was sleeping naked, diving under the covers. I yelled, "Liam, why are you in my room?" Of course. He didn't answer. Blushing furiously, I grabbed my pajamas from the floor and dressed under the blanket. Peeking out, I spotted fever medicine and warm water on the nightstand. Not completely heartless after all. Though my marriage to Liam Pearson was arranged by his late biological mother, and there's no romantic affection between us, our 3 years of barely their marital bonds will dissolve peacefully once the female lead appears. We've maintained mutual respect during this period. Liam's ears flushed crimson. He cleared his throat, avoiding eye contact as he tentatively brushed his lips against my forehead before exhaling in quiet relief. "The fever's gone," he murmured, clutching my stomach. I gazed at him plaintively. "Liam, I'm starving." He froze, disbelief flickering across his features. I held up my hands innocently. "Look what kitchen fumes did to my skin. A few more cooking sessions and I'll turn into a haggard housewife." "No way." His brow furrowed deeper, squirming under his scrutiny. I confessed. "Fine. I've been ordering takeout instead of cooking." When he opened a food delivery app, I pushed his phone away. Processed junk's worse than poison for someone recovering. All that mystery meat. He finally pulled up a digital cookbook. My eyes lit up at basic recipes like scrambled eggs with tomatoes, pepper steak, and steamed pork ribs. This, and this, and this. I jabbed at the screen excitedly. "I'm sick too. Since when does autism prevent cooking?" "Stop twisting logic." You said he's genius level smart. Can't he handle stir-frying? Not for domestic drudgery. Since when is feeding yourself trivial? I retorted. Soon. Liam knocked with dinner. The aroma of home-cooked food hit me, a scent I'd rarely known. Childhood memories surfaced, takeout containers stacking up while my parents worked. Their empty promise to cook for my 18th birthday. They divorced the next day, leaving me behind like discarded evidence. Liam's dishes surpassed expectations. I devoured 3 bowls of rice, tears mixing with steamed pork. He froze when I choked out. You're amazing, Liam. Our eyes met briefly before he ducked his head, chopsticks clattering as scarlet crept up his neck. Too busy eating. I missed his flustered reaction entirely. I reached for the last piece of braised pork in the dish. Just as I was about to mix it with rice in my bowl, I suddenly realized Liam hadn't tasted a single piece. There were only 6 portions to begin with. I'd eaten 5. And this was the last one. After some internal debate, I pulled the chopsticks from Liam's hand and returned the meat to his bowl. You have it. I've had enough. Liam didn't touch the pork. I frowned. Are you refusing to eat it because it was in my bowl? His lashes lowered as he took a bite. The system's roar exploded in my mind. Host. What are you doing? Didn't I tell you the male lead never eats braised pork? When he was a child, the Pearson family slaughtered his pet dog and cooked it as braised meat. He's never touched it since. Host. I can't believe this. How could you mess up this badly? I scratched my head. I knew Liam avoided braised pork, but I thought it was just picky eating. No wonder he'd looked strange when I asked him to cook it earlier. Stop eating. I retrieved the pork from his bowl. Liam. I forgot. We won't have braised pork anymore. The man who appeared cold was really just someone who'd grown up sensitive and insecure. He remained silent. The atmosphere freezing again. I picked up a steamed pork rib with glutinous rice. Liam. How about you handle all our meals from now on? Having never been married before transmigrating here, I wasn't sure how spouses should interact. Though our 3-year marriage contract only had 1 year left, we still saw each other constantly. We might as well make this work. Since we're married, we need household responsibilities. You'll handle grocery shopping, cooking, dishwashing, laundry, mopping. I trailed off as he set down his chopsticks, regarding me with confusion that clearly asked, "Are you serious?" My face didn't even flush. Why that look? I have my own duties too, keeping this home lively. Do you know how exhausting it is to talk 800 sentences daily alone? You should appreciate how hard I work. Liam suddenly reached out. I protectively covered my bowl. What? Trying to steal my food? He slowly enunciated 2 words, wash dishes. My jaw dropped. This was the first time I'd heard him speak. His voice, smooth as dark chocolate, sent excitement bubbling through me. You spoke. Could you talk more? Your voice is amazing. If you chatted sometimes, I wouldn't have to monologue all day. Want me to get you a microphone? My words tumbled out in a rush. The response came like punctuation, no way. Fine. 2 words were better than silence. At least our home wouldn't feel like a library anymore. I'm done. Thanks for washing up. Hubby Liam froze at the term of endearment. When taking my bowl, his movements turned stiff. Lips pressed tight in bewilderment, yet he complied. I nodded approvingly. Liam definitely had potential to become the perfect husband. I lifted my leg and lightly kicked his waist with my toes. You're making me look awkward by not responding. His body stiffened momentarily before he reluctantly muttered. I grinned playfully. You're the best. Hubby. Liam's face flushed crimson as he bolted to the kitchen with the bowl. Liam was washing dishes when the doorbell rang as I lay on the couch debating between ordering hay tea or gumming milk tea. I called out, "Who is it?" while pressing my ear against the door. Before I could hear anything, the keypad lock suddenly disengaged. An elderly man and an impeccably dressed middle-aged woman stood outside. Master Pearson. Mrs. Pearson has come to see you. The so-called Mrs. Pearson was Emily, having only born a daughter, Sophia. For the Pearson patriarch, despite years of fertility treatments, she'd recently shifted her attention to Liam. Though Liam's biological mother had remained devoted to George until her death, Liam himself harbored bitter resentment toward his father, refusing both the family fortune and reconciliation. Everyone knew George's guilt over his illegitimate son would eventually make Liam the Pearson heir, provided Liam returned home. Publicly, Emily and Sophia showed concern for Liam. Privately, their years of psychological abuse had contributed to his autism diagnosis. A sudden crash from the kitchen revealed Liam trembling violently. Shattered porcelain at his feet. "Get out!" he barked. Emily advanced soothingly. "You don't have to call me mother, Liam. I'm simply inviting you to Sophia's 18th birthday next week. Your father misses you." I physically inserted myself between them as Liam's shaking intensified. "Out," I repeated firmly. Emily's gaze swept over me contemptuously. "The orphan gold digger bride, I presume? Shouldn't you be convincing him to reconcile rather than interfering?" Years of pent-up rage erupted. "Shut your sewage-spewing mouth. Since when does sharing DNA make family? By that logic, we're all descendants of the same ancestors. Why don't you call me grandma?" "Oh wait. I wouldn't claim trash like you as family anyway." "Funny how you only pull this manipulative crap when George isn't around to see." I grabbed Liam's hand defiantly. "Also, I don't know how you got our passcode, but get out before I redecorate your face with enough saliva to give you some self-awareness." Emily's face purpled with rage. "Well, you've certainly found yourself a mouthy little shrew." After slamming the door behind them, I flipped my hair dramatically. Most satisfying argument ever. "Now finish those dishes and tell me hey tea or gumming?" Liam stood motionless in the entryway before finally meeting my eyes with unreadable intensity. "Not done yet. Hey tea. Then I'll have gumming." I curled back up on the couch. My reasoning was simple. "But Liam doesn't want to go. Shouldn't I be asking you? To create some tragic yet strong romance novel protagonist. You're making him endure this humiliation before his growth?" The system stayed silent. "Whatever. It's just plot progression." I refused to believe avoiding this party would prevent meeting the female lead. Soon Liam finished washing dishes. He'd not only cleaned the ceramic shards but scrubbed the wok, kitchen tiles, countertops, even tied up the trash bag by the door. Meanwhile, I finalized my milk tea order while scrolling through my phone. A tall figure blocked the light. I looked up slowly. Liam's eyes were red-rimmed. His lips trembled. He looked kissable. "Wait. What?" He stepped closer, radiating stubborn intensity. "Why? Defend me? Because you dislike her. So I do too." He frowned. In his worldview, the simplest explanations were least credible. "We're married. Shouldn't spouses share joys, sorrows, consequences?" At married. He froze. He'd heard this term from me repeatedly these days, watching it gradually take shape. His lips pressed thin, struggling to articulate, then, "Why? Agree to marriage?" I studied his face, the untouchable ice prince when silent, yet now with flushed cheeks and vulnerable downturned eyes begging protection. Always mesmerizing. Simple. "You're beautiful." Liam's ear tips turned crimson. After a long time, he mumbled, "Oh." I laughed. "What's oh mean?" He answered methodically, "Don't know how respond. But you said should." Nodding approvingly, I grinned. Quick learner. He whirled around and used to praise. tossing over his shoulder. You pretty too before fleeing. Liam's growing verbosity pleased me. At least I wasn't talking to air anymore. Though lately, he kept taking calls from strangers. I worried about scam artists. Our meager savings might be chicken feed, but credit scores still tempt predators. After deliberation, I broached the issue. Could I borrow your phone? Need to install. Before finishing, the device already warmed my palm. Anti-fraud app. Liam handed me his phone before disappearing into the kitchen. Ordering takeout daily never made me realize how time-consuming meal preparation could be. Liam spent most of his time either cooking or making phone calls in his study. Though he's the male lead, even protagonists aren't immune to scams. After installing the app, I still felt uneasy. Could I check your browser history and contacts? I tentatively asked. He materialized before me instantly. Contacts are fine, but maybe not the browser? Heat flooded my cheeks as realization dawned. Sorry. I mumbled. The faint smell of burnt food drifted from the kitchen as Liam rushed back. The doorbell rang with a delivery shout. Puzzled, I hadn't ordered anything. I opened the door to find a cup of boba tea. Brulee creme brulee milk tea. 30% sugar. No ice, my usual order. The kitchen vent stopped humming as Liam emerged wearing an apron, balancing a steaming plate of pepper steak. You ordered this? I shook the already opened drink. He set down rice bowls with practiced ease. You always get afternoon tea after meals. Figured I'd order earlier so you won't stay up tonight. Stay up? How'd you know You weren't sleeping either? Were you eavesdropping outside my door? These walls are paper thin. Mortification crashed over me. If the walls were that thin, Liam must have heard everything, my nightly laughter. Those R-rated videos I used to fall asleep. Why did he have to mention it out loud? Days later during breakfast preparation, the Pearson family sent over formal attire, a tailored suit and designer gown for Sophia's 18th birthday gala. I'd overheard George threatening Liam with his late mother's heirlooms to ensure his attendance. Liam had been acting strangely around me lately, probably struggling to bring up the event. This dress is stunning, I remarked, running fingers over the silk. Never worn anything this expensive. A spark lit his eyes. You'll go? I'll accompany you. The plot was back on track. Here, Liam would meet the heroine who'd stand by him through every trial. I should have been relieved my mission was nearing completion. Yet an inexplicable heaviness settled in my chest. That afternoon, I holed up in my room practicing makeup tutorials. 4 hours later, I finally achieved a soft glam look that complemented the blush pink gown. At that moment, Liam knocked on my door. The driver's here. Coming! I pushed open the door to find Liam's striking features before me. His hair was meticulously styled. His handsome face requiring no enhancement, pure genetic perfection. The tailored suit hugged his frame flawlessly, unexpectedly harmonizing with his innate elegance. The last traces of boyishness had dissolved into composed maturity. I was so absorbed in admiring his appearance that I almost missed the starlight glimmering in his pupils. The driver smiled warmly. What a perfect match you two make. Let's go. I naturally linked arms with him. The driver's eyes widened in surprise, muttering under his breath. When did they get so close? I heard they barely had any connection. Our remote estate meant 3 hours drive to the banquet hall. Restless in the back seat, I alternated between phone scrolling and battling motion sickness. Just as discomfort peaked, Liam produced a container of freshly cut honeydew, watermelon, and clean strawberries from his bag. You brought fruit? I gasped. There's more. He handed me the bag where I discovered milk tea. You got me milk tea? This place only does in-person orders with hour-long lines. Did you queue this afternoon? Less ice. 30% sugar, exactly how I like it. Liam, you're amazing. His expression darkened inexplicably. Had I said something wrong? The chewy pearls comforted me as I sighed contentedly. Occasionally I'd fret. Liam, do you think I drink too much milk tea? Will I get fat? His response came soft yet firm, no. You're already too thin. Say things like that more often. I grinned. Okay. Up front. The driver smiled approvingly. Upon arrival, we were escorted to George's private lounge instead of the main hall. Liam, how have you been? The middle-aged man rose to grasp his hand. Liam recoiled from the contact. Silent. I know you resent me, but I'm glad you came. Meet your sister. Emily pushed Sophia forward. The girl scowled. Brother. Liam turned away. What's he got to be so arrogant about? Just some illegitimate, Sophia began. Sophia! Emily snapped before shifting tones. George. Don't blame them. I should have bonded more with Liam earlier. If he rejects me as his stepmother, I'll still treat him as my own. Classic manipulative woman. Enough. Take Liam to his room. Olivia. Stay. Liam halted abruptly upon hearing this. His gaze sharp with warning. According to the system's previous briefing, Liam would soon clash with Sophia and encounter the female protagonist Grace. Only through meeting Grace could he fully overcome his autism and officially embrace his male protagonist destiny. Liam. Go clean up first. I'll join you shortly. After prolonged hesitation, Liam ultimately complied with my suggestion. He listens to you remarkably well. I've never seen him trust anyone like this except his mother, George remarked with biting sarcasm. Emily arranged this marriage. But we both know Liam doesn't care for you. Nor you for him. You're only staying for the money who'd willingly accompany an autistic man otherwise? If you could. The same old spy recruitment routine. How is this cliché plot still circulating? Mr. Pay. There's no need to demean your own son while propositioning me. Human connections work both ways. He treats me well, so I won't betray him. His choices should be his own. You know exactly how he became like this. Neither he nor Emily are at fault here. The real culprit should be obvious. Bold words. Cold sweat drenched my back. But having taken this stance, I couldn't backtrack now. George waved dismissively. Return to Liam. He's waiting. Staff escorted me to Liam's lounge entrance where Olivia, the heiress of the Grant family, was berating incompetent attendants. He's still a Pearson. How dare you treat him this way? Liam stood trembling, fists clenched painfully tight. My protective instincts surged, but Olivia already stood before him offering tissues. Clean up. I'll have father expel these imbeciles. As Liam's future business ally, Olivia handed him the tissues. They exchanged whispered words. Standing uncomfortably close, Olivia smiled conspiratorially. Consider it done. Clearly unnecessary here. I texted Liam and slipped out the back, searching nearby karaoke venues on the delivery app. I booked a 4-hour session and hurried over. The system's voice finally resurfaced. Host. I'm impressed you came alone. How emotionally resilient. I scoffed. Solo karaoke's nothing. I dine, watch movies, and shop alone too. The plot remains unchanged. The male protagonist still met the heroine at the banquet. Grabbing the microphone, I belted out, the vast horizon is where my love resides. My audio sensors. Must you scream? What? Can't hear you, I deliberately shouted louder. Queuing up 40 tracks from Phoenix legend, Jolene Tsai, Jam Xiao, and JJ Lin. Alternating between impassioned singing, hysterical laughter, and ugly crying, I finally paused to crack open a smuggled beer. Midway through a tearful rendition of a Joker Schwa ballad, the door burst open. Silence fell as I locked eyes with Liam in the doorway. What are you doing here? Liam looked a bit aggrieved. I didn't want to stay there without you. He still wore that tailored suit, clearly having come straight over. The dim lighting accentuated his broad shoulders and narrow waist. My throat went dry. What's wrong with a man who relies on his wife? My heart softened instantly. I handed him the microphone. Then come sing with me. I don't sing. Then listen to me sing. Okay. My singing wasn't exactly heavenly, more like a screeching cat. Being tone deaf, I knew my limitations. When I cracked on the high note, I stopped and glanced at Liam. He appeared completely engrossed. Does it sound good? I asked suspiciously. Beautiful, Liam said with utter sincerity. Touched. I realized he must share my musical handicap, probably worse than me. I thrust the mic at him. Your turn. He hesitated before accepting it. Then, it wasn't caterwauling. More like hearing an angel descend. Wait. You never mentioned being this good. My pride crumbled to dust. When he returned the mic, I pushed it away. I'm done. Okay. During the song's final beats, Liam murmured almost inaudibly. Next time, don't leave me behind. Though drunk, though the music blared, though his words barely carried, I heard them. Okay. I thought. The KTV couch felt lumpy. I slumped against Liam's shoulder. Solid. Comforting. Sleepiness crept in as I nuzzled against his chest. Mumbling. Liam, tired. Wanna go home. His Adam's apple bobbed. Okay. Can't walk in heels. I'll carry you. I started to sit up just as the door crashed open. Police. My head instantly cleared. Me. A fine upstanding young citizen of China. A red-blooded probationary party member. I pay what I owe in taxes and keep my hands clean where I shouldn't. There's no way this could trace back to me. The officer clearly wasn't convinced. What decent person comes to a KTV dressed like this? Admittedly, we did look like cosplayers. Innocently, I pulled up our marriage certificate photo on my phone. Officer, even if our relationship doesn't seem deep and we don't look like a married couple, we're legally wed. The officer studied us for a long moment before sighing. Keep the marital affection at home. Mind the setting. Word had it several illegal pairs got busted next door. When the police left, I turned to examine Liam. Pfft. I burst out laughing. Gotta admit, that outfit really gives off male model vibes. Liam's face darkened as he scooped me up. Don't drink this much next time. But my protest got swallowed by his lips. His mouth felt incredibly soft. There was a faint minty freshness. My entire face burned crimson. When he finally released me, he murmured, "Does this make us seem more married now?" We still had miles to walk home. Liam carried me while holding my high heels in his free hand, trudging slowly down the road. After what felt like hours, a little orange cat darted out from the roadside. I made Liam put me down. Using my terrible meow impression, I coaxed the kitten from under a car. I'd call. It'd answer back, like correcting my pronunciation. Eventually, perhaps offended by my atrocious cat speak, it sauntered out and lectured me with a series of proper meows. Seizing my chance, I grabbed it triumphantly. We have a cat now. Liam! The ginger paw batted my hand, soft pads. No claws. Its smug expression seemed to say, "Fool. I'm the one who owns humans now." Heh. Street cats operate on first come, first served basis. When I'm gone, this cat can keep you company. Liam froze. Why would you leave? Liam. Better people will come into your life. We're all just passing through each other's stories. He lowered his gaze. Silent. Since that day, the Pearson family's major deal had collapsed, leaving them overwhelmed. I remained jobless at home, though Liam seemed increasingly preoccupied. Everyone's busy these days. Busy is good, I guess. Yet no matter how packed Liam's schedule gets, he never forgets to order me milk tea at designated times. Though out of health concerns, he's reduced it from daily to weekly treats. I've begged him countless times, but he won't budge. He even catches me when I try to sneak orders. Tough nut to crack. Days later, when Liam was away, Olivia showed up at our door. You must be Liam's wife. I'm Olivia, a friend of his. There's something I need to discuss. My heart sank. The female lead had come to stake her claim. Our divorce must be approaching faster than I thought. But then she pulled 2 lipsticks from her bag. Liam asked me to get these limited edition shades for you after seeing how similar colors looked on me. I thought it'd be better to deliver them directly rather than go through him. She paused, her expression softening. I've heard about Liam's past. While I used to feel sorry for him, seeing you two together changed my perspective. The universe balanced things out. He's truly blessed to have someone like you. After Olivia left, I snapped a photo of the lipsticks for Liam. Got the lipsticks. His reply came instantly, good. Liam! I want milk tea. You had some yesterday. No. That was fruit tea. This is different. He stopped responding, instead forwarding me an article titled The Dangers of Daily Milk Tea Consumption. My reply, fine. I'll try again tomorrow. Another winter arrived as we moved into a sprawling villa. Liam started his own AI software development company, riding the tech boom wave. Though initial investments were steep, the returns proved substantial. Meanwhile, I embraced domestic bliss, painting, playing with our cat, binge-watching shows. But if I ever visited KTV bars or clubs, Liam would check in over 10 times hourly. His abandonment anxiety never fully faded. That time I went to karaoke. Did you think I was? He admitted quietly, yes. You always said you liked attractive people. No wonder he'd become meticulous about his appearance since that incident. His sudden glow-up had me questioning if I was the one developing a crush. Tonight Liam came home unusually early. I scrolled through my phone bundled in blankets while he read news beside me. Liam. My feet are freezing. Without looking up, he tucked my icy toes under his sweater against his abdomen. Toasty. I glanced sideways at his chiseled profile. My hands are cold too. He guided my fingers under the same warm shelter, though my wandering hands proved less well-behaved than my feet. The car pulled into the driveway. Liam grunted in annoyance, setting down his phone to glare at me. Unfazed, I shrugged. It's warmest here. The thermostat read 26 degrees Celsius. My cheeks burned. I'm still freezing. Maybe we should get moving? His eyebrows shot up. Excuse me? We're married. Shouldn't we act like it? My finger flipped the light switch. Darkness swallowed us whole, our breaths tangling in the sudden intimacy. Stop calling me Liam. Use honey. Honey. Again. Our story veered off its predetermined path. As I played with Orange the cat, watching Liam bustle about the kitchen, an unfamiliar tenderness bloomed in my chest. I slipped my arms around his waist. Ever wonder if we weren't meant to be? That you might have had some glamorous power couple future? Like, unstoppable? He popped a freshly fried pork bite into my mouth. Why dwell on road, not taking roses? This, his gesture encompassed our cozy chaos, is my perfect. Exactly. These ordinary, radiant days, this messy, glorious now.